Hey everyone, it's Jessica of Into the Warren. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I have quite a few things to show today and I am very excited to share them with you and I hope that you enjoy. So the first thing I wanted to share is I have finished this cowl. The pattern is called the Birch's Cowl. I kind of showed it to you in the last video, I believe, or the video before. It is a pattern made by Wonderland Yarn, not Farms. Wonderland Yarn is an indie dyer yarn dyeing company, and I got their pattern from the Genuine Pearl yarn shop, and instead of using their particular yarn, I decided to use my yarn. So this yarn is called Seaplane City. That is named after the little town that I live in, and we have seaplanes. So and our logo and everything is blue, so I have some blues in here and some like deeper purples, and yeah, so this colorway I created, I think it was the first colorway I've made, and I wanted to see what it would look like, you know, knitted up, because it looks one way on yarn, but when you knit it, you want to see what it'll look like coming together. And I really do love this. And the Birch's Cowl has a pattern where it looks like trees, like, you know, the trunk of the trees, and the bottom has this wonderful like scalloped edge. This pattern asks for it to be 15 inches tall. I think this is actually about 12 inches. I cut it a little bit short because when you block this 100% superwash merino, it has a lot of stretch to it. And so I think it is definitely big enough, tall enough. And then I have quite a collection of pins. So I decided to wear my little bee pin to kind of hold it to the side, and I think it's really pretty. So I thought I would wear it and show you what it looked like, but I really do like how the colorway turned out. I think it looks pretty, and I don't own a lot of cowls yet. This is my second cowl, so I'm really happy with the pattern and I think it was great. Let's see. And I have one more skein of this Seaplane City, so I don't know, maybe I'll make something else with it. And then another project that I have finished. So my daughter's birthday is coming up, and her name is Brooke, if you don't know, and she loves yellow. So I had shown you that I made a Brooke colorway yarn, and I was sure to include yellow, but I also added some pinks, and it's got a little bit of oranginess to it. Very light, very bright. And I wanted to make something for her birthday. So last year I was really into crocheting, and I made her a black and yellow crochet dress because it was a bumblebee themed party, and it turned out really cute. And I think it's one of my really old videos. So if you look at like last April, May time in my channel, I'm sure I showed it in one of those videos. But this year we're doing party animal because she loves animals. I'm gonna make little animals with little birthday hats, and I got some really cute supplies for that. But I wanted to make her something this year that was knitted. So I decided to make her a little knit short sleeve pullover. I don't remember the name of the pattern offhand. It is a paid pattern, but I will link it in the description once I upload this video. But I used her yarn, and I made her this little lace yoke pullover, short sleeve, because we are in Florida after all. And this is what it looks like. And I really like how the yarn did like this waves of striping. I thought that was really neat. And it kind of fits with the animal theme. It's a little zebra-y, isn't it? It's like a pretty yellow, pink, orange zebra. I don't know, but I think it's really cute. This pattern there is nothing wrong with this pattern. Let me just preface what I'm going to say with that there's nothing wrong with this pattern. But I had to restart this pattern probably 9 times. And it was all me. Like, have you ever had a time where you sit down to do crocheting or knitting or some other craft, and everything you do just doesn't seem to work out? Like, for some reason, you keep making mistakes. For some reason, nothing's turning out right. And you're just, like, frustrated, and you start to, like, feel, like, sweaty. And you're like, I'm horrible at this. I don't know why I even do this because I'm not good at it. Like, it's so frustrating. And you have to, like, put it away and, like, stop whatever you're doing because it's just making it worse. That was last week. One day I was like, oh, this is such an easy pattern. You know, I made like the collar, and I got to the lace, and lace, I mean, you have to concentrate with lace, but no matter what I did, the stitch counts were wrong. No matter what I did, like, I would forget to yarn over, or I would forget something, and everything would be off, and I'd have to pull it out and redo it. And then I was on a roll. Like, in the evening, everyone was asleep, I was knitting, I was on a roll. I got halfway through the lace, and at one point, all of a sudden, I pulled the needles too hard, and all the stitches just came out. Like, I lost like 4 or 5 drop stitches, and it's in the lace section, so it's like hard to like figure out how to bring it back, at least for me. It was just a mess. So the next day, I was like, okay, I can do this, I can do this. And I sat there and my muscles were all tense, and I'm like, nobody bother me. And I just sat there and intensely paid attention and didn't pull my needles at all. Like, I was just, to get through this lace part, I was just, I don't know. And I've done lace, this is lace, you know, my other cowl's lace. It's so weird. But it's just, sometimes you have those moments where nothing's going right, and my advice is just take a break, wait it out, do something else, and then come back. Because, excuse me, maybe I was just tired that day. You know, I have been dyeing a lot of yarn. My brain's kind of, I've been doing schoolwork, and maybe it was just an off day. But anyway, long story short, luckily Brooke is not very big right now, and doing a project like this doesn't take very much time compared to making an adult sweater. So this took me about, you know, once I got it right, it took me like maybe a day and a half to finish. And that's not like the whole day, like nonstop. But this is her sweater. Now, it is a little big on her. Because I went up a size thinking like the other size wasn't big enough. I don't know. I always think it's hard for me to like picture in my mind how big or how little she is for some reason. And I went up a size because I was worried that it'd be too small, and I'd rather it be too big than too small. But it is a little big, but it's not like crazy or anything, and it'll give her time to grow into it. The other thing is, I really like stretchy bind-offs, and I've been doing those more because I like having it in the sleeves and in the shirt, so like when you pull it, you don't have that, you know, resistance from the yarn. But I've learned from this project and my peach sweater that I'm not doing stretchy bind-offs in the collar anymore because it makes the collar too stretchy, and it makes it too wide when I block it. So from now on, the collars, I'm not going to do a stretchy bind off. I'm sure everyone knows that but me, but I've learned my lesson. Because the collar's just a little too wide, you know what I mean? But overall, I'm pretty pleased with how it looks, and I think it looks really cute on her. Of course, everything looks cute on her because she's just cute, you know? Alright, I have a box full of yarn that I have dyed last week. Last week was my first week as an official yarn dyeing business. I have already sold quite a few. I shipped some out yesterday. I have like 5 to ship soon, and I have it all up on my Etsy shop, and I share it on my Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff, but I wanted to share what I have right now. And I did all the yarn is free shipping, so shipping is included in the price. And but I did adjust the price. I went down a few bucks on every skein because I want it to be attainable as much as possible for people. Yarn really doesn't do you any good if it's just sitting in a box. You know, I want the yarn to be used. I want you all to make beautiful things with it, so I did adjust a little bit. But let me review what I have in the box that's for sale on Etsy in case you're interested. I have 1, 2, 3. I think I only have 3 left. I have 3 of these Claude's lilies. So this colorway is inspired by Claude Monet, who is an impressionist painter, who painted a lot of flowers and lakes and lilies and, you know, very beautiful paintings. And this particular colorway is based off of a painting of some lilies and pink flowers on the little lake. And so it is blues and pinks and some green speckling here. And I have sold a little bit of this. This seems to be pretty popular. This is fingering weight. It is 415 yards, 75% merino, superwash merino, and 25% nylon. So I have 3 of these. Now, any of these that I have, if you like a colorway but you don't want to use fingering, let's say you're a crocheter and you'd rather use worsted or DK or bulky or something like that, please feel free to message me or write a comment below, or write me on Facebook or anything like that. Or I'll put my email below too. But if you want this color on a different base, let me know, because I am placing some more orders for some bare yarn to dye some more. And I can, if you're saying like, look, I need 3 or 4 in worsted weight, I will go get some bare worsted weight to dye. I have all the recipes saved and I can replicate that for you. Okay, so I have 3 of those. Okay, I think I've already shown you this. I have 5 North Creeks. This is DK weight, 230 yards. This is 100% superwash merino wool. And it's not that wool that's scratchy. You know, if you're new to kind of like types of wool, this isn't like scratchy wool. This is soft, fluffy wool. So you don't have to worry about getting itchy from this yarn. But I have this. This is like greens and pinks and blues. So I have 5 of those. And if you want better pictures, definitely follow on Instagram. I post all the pictures up there. Then I don't think I've shown these yet. I have 3 night blooms. So this is like a gradiated purplish pink with some dark purples inside of it, and little hints of greenish blue in the speckles. So these are midnight blooms. I have 3 so far. This is DK 230 yards. Okay. Those are really pretty, and I have had a lot of traffic looking at those on Etsy. Okay, and this is like the best seller, and all of these are going to be gone. I actually had to order more bare yarn to make more of this, but these are all sold. These are Vincent's Sunflowers. So this yarn is inspired by Vincent van Gogh, and he loved to paint pictures of sunflowers. So I used pictures that he's painted as reference and created these the sunflower colorway. So it's browns and yellows and golds and greens. Very pretty. Sold a couple yesterday, and then I sold the rest of these plus 2 more that I have to make. But if you are interested in Vincent sunflowers, I can do a make to order for you and make a lot for you in any weight or base that you would like. Okay, so those are done. Then, now if you don't know, if you're new here, I am an art teacher, so I'm really inspired by creating things that are inspired by other artists. So that's why I've kind of gotten into this theme of creating colorways based on artist paintings. So I'm just going to say that in between here because I have a lot. And I have this colorway here. This is probably my favorite, to be quite honest. This is Freitas Hair. It's called Freitas Hair. This is based off of Frida Kahlo, the Mexican painter who I talk about often. She wore flowers in her hair, especially lots of red flowers and yellow flowers. So this is a, it goes from like light pink to deep red, and it's actually cayenne red. And there are green speckles in here and yellow mixed in. This yarn, I love this yarn. This is fingering weight, 415 yards, what I have available. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I have 5 of these. So if you're interested in Freitas Hair yarn colorway to make something beautiful, I have those available. Let's see, what else do I have? I only have 1 of these. This is also fingering weight. This is Misty Green. This is just a green, kind of semi-solid color. Has some brown in it a little bit, but it's very like a calming green. I have 1 of these. And to play off of the Midnight Blooms, I also have, this is like Midnight Blooms, but it's a little more green than purple. And this one is called Dawn Blooms. Just, it does have that purple, but it's not completely purple. It has that green in it. And these are really pretty. This is DK weight, these 2. I only have 2 of these right now, but of course I can replicate. And then I think I have 2 left, 2 colorways left. I have, being in the Sunshine State, and I have created, I think I have 5 of these. I have created Orange Grove. So these are like this orangey red at the top. It goes from like light to dark orangey red. Has some green and orange and red speckling in it. These are fingering weight, but I have 4, maybe 5. Yeah, I have 5. I tried to make at least 5 of each colorway if possible to kind of get started, because I think that would be a sufficient amount of yardage to like make kind of like a sweater, you know, just in case. But some of them I only have a couple left, but in case you needed a sweater's worth of stuff. And then my final color that I have right now is based on Georgia OKeeffe. And Georgia OKeeffe loved to paint flowers as well. I think my theme is really like, it's artists, but it's artists who paint flowers. It's artists who have done paintings of flowers and then using that painting as inspiration. And what I plan to do, where are my other ones? What I plan to do is make some mini sets of these artists and their flower colorways, like a kit. So do 1 base and do like 10 grams of every color as a set that you could put together. So a Vincent, a Monet, a Frida, an OKeeffe, you know, and then I'm sure I'll make more, but have like a set that would equal out to be 100 grams. And you could use it for shawls or, you know, whatever project you want. So that's kind of like in my mind, in the works of what I would like to do. I know people do other kits, like there's Harry Potter ones and Christmas ones and things like that, but I would really like to do an artist series kit. But anyway, Georgia O'Keeffe, she has a painting called Jimson Weed, and it's a white flower, and it has the petals, and then it has kind of like a blue background if you haven't seen it before. But here is the Georgia's Jimson Weed colorway. So the center of the flowers has this yellow. I did like this tie-dye blue effect to kind of match the background of that painting, and then dark and lighter green for the leaves and stems in the painting. So I think I have 5 of these. I just can't find all of them in this box. I have a box full of yarn. Here's another one. But these are all of what I'm showing you is the same dye lot. So if you order 5, I'm gonna make sure, like let's say I only have 1 of these left. I'm not gonna throw this in with 4 new ones. I'm gonna make a dye lot just for you that all goes together, because you never know, like I could replicate this recipe, but it could be a little bit different than these 3, and then it's just gonna look strange. So I do my best to make sure that you have the same dye lot for what you need if you're buying multiples. So, but I do have 5 of these, I believe. And this is DK weight, so 3s, light worsted. And again, all of the DKs are superwash merino, and all of the fingering weights are 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. So there you go. That is what I've been working on since I've last been on video, but I think that's really it for today. I just wanted to share that with you. Yeah, that I've really been enjoying dyeing yarn. It's been really fun. And all of these yarns are with acid dyes. They're not with food coloring or any other dye. This dye is meant for fiber, so it should be long lasting. And I put a lot of heart into them. So if you're interested, I'm gonna list the Etsy shop in the description, my email if you want to email me any questions or requests, and I will put my Facebook and Instagram links if you want to stay updated on what I've been creating. There might be a little bit of a pause because I've ordered more yarn, but I've dyed everything that I have in the house. I'm also considering doing a giveaway. I have another colorway that I made yesterday that I'm thinking it's like an August themed colorway. So I'm thinking maybe I might do a giveaway of that yarn just to show my appreciation for the support and love that I've gotten with my yarn dyeing. And so let me contemplate that. And I need to print more labels. I got a lot going on. I went to the post office all day yesterday. But yeah, so that's what I've been working on, and I hope you enjoyed seeing the creations, and thank you so much for subscribing and watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!